Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch was a summer launch for 2025, and in the spirit of the summer, this is the Moser Cie Pioneer Center Second Spiced Aqua. It was rolled out with an ad campaign that was both a tribute to and a parody of blockbuster summer tentpole movie trailers and posters. And so the campaigns behind the biggest movies of the summer were repurposed to launch the 3 versions of the Spiced Aqua collection. And this is the most elemental, the Pioneer Center Second Spiced Aqua. So it's not a limited edition, although it is a limited production. And it's 42.8 in diameter in steel. I measure it at approximately 14.3 millimeters thick and 51 millimeters from lug to lug, with a 22 millimeters spacing in between the lugs. On my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, it wears nicely. I can recommend it for a wrist my size or larger. If your wrist is smaller, go with the 40 millimeter Pioneer Center Second. It's low enough that it actually should fit under a cuff, because particularly with the slope of the bezel and the crystal, there's nothing to really catch a sleeve here. So though it's a large watch, it should slide under a sleeve if you wish. That said, this is a very summery look, and I don't imagine you would wear this with anything too formal, although in the era of irony and postmodernism, I guess anything goes all the time for any reason. Taking a look, we've got a white strap, perforated and vented. You can see the lugs are drilled fairly close to the case to move the pivot centers inboard for better small wrist fit. So a curved spring bar is used to prevent any impediment to the motion of the strap. And then this is a Moser factory strap in brand new condition. We have a Bucelador made steel pin buckle, and you can see it features the Moser logo and coining that matches the coining of the case, plus a combination of both satin and polished elements. Taking a look at the case, it has both satin and polished elements. Moser lug profiles usually feature some sort of a recess design, and here we have a recess with a ribbed coining. The flanks as well as the bezel are polished. The lug hoods themselves are satin brushed, as are the spaces in between the lugs. The lug hoods have a little bit of a soft crease down their top that divides them in half and runs all the way to the end of the lug. We have a media blasted Moser branded crown. It is a screw down. The watch is 120 meters water resistant. Let's see the lume real quick, because I know you guys are probably wondering, how does this look in the dark? And the answer is pretty good. It's not the brightest variant of Luminova, but it is sufficient to the purpose. And we've got the unique Spiced Aqua combination of vivid metallic lacquered turquoise and then orange. And you can see the depth of the dial is better than it looks at first glance because of the orange luminescent Rejo outboard. We have a hollow counterweighted lancet style seconds hand with feuille or leaf style hour and minute hands. And when I talk about metallic lacquer, I mean the dial base is actually a metallic sunburst brushed surface. And then the lacquer is clear. This is what Moser would describe as a concept dial, where not only is there no index or hour marker in sight, but there's nothing. There's no signature of national origin. There isn't even Moser's characteristically discrete clear lacquer branding. A concept dial on a Moser watch is entirely unadorned, and that's what we have right here. In terms of setting modes, there's only one because there's not a lot to this watch. You activate the stop seconds function, and you can set the watch to a reference time. Turn it all over, and you've got the caliber HMC 201. So the 201 is a cosmetic upgrade and mechanical twin to the older HMC 200. It's still 32 millimeters in diameter, still has a 3-day power reserve, bidirectional winding, magic lever winding system, free sprung, full balance bridge, all in-house escapement, balance, and hairspring. What's changed compared to the previous 200 is the look of it. We now have a much more evacuated and skeletonized rotor that allows you to see more of what's beneath. We have skeletonized bridges that allow you to see the pawl-based winding system on one side. That's the train for the winding system. And then on the other side, you have the drivetrain that runs the watch. Moser decided that a super dark look, almost black, dark anthracite, was a better look than rhodium-plated silver on brass. And then there's gold gilding in all the jewel sinks. These aren't true pressed-in chaton, but they are designed to look like chaton cups, as Moser pocket watches would have used in the 19th and early 20th century. So that's a little bit of a nod to the past, but there's plenty of acknowledgement to the present, including this unique double-crested Moser stripe, and then the fact that we do have a neat, albeit mechanically applied, series of bevels. You can see them flashing and gleaming a little bit. They're handsome, they're worthwhile, they are mechanically applied. It's a judicious blend of hand and mechanical finish, a little bit like AP. And Moser does make the hairspring, the balance, and the escapement in-house through its precision engineering subsidiary, which is a very cool kind of self-sufficiency that most larger brands, including its huge neighbor IWC, do not have. Speaking of which, Moser is a Schaffhausen-based company. So whereas most watchmakers in Switzerland are in the French-Swiss regions, the German-Swiss region has its beating heart in Schaffhausen, where the giant IWC and the comparatively small H. Moser & Cie operate simultaneously. But again, only Moser can make that full assortment collection, including the escapement, the hairspring, and the freesprung balance. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.